Ronnie boy. You know what I was doing? I went back to went on to YouTube and going through some of my old videos and reading through some of the comments, and quite frequently, a lot of people ask, young aspiring farmers want to be a farmer. Well, you can't blame them after watching me, can you? But no, anyway, I hope anybody out I can. I'm full of a lot of stuff. Advice. Don't go there. But no, you want to know what it takes to start out farming? Well, you got to start when you're young. You got to work for farmers, not just one. Then you'll end up like they are. Work for a lot of different farmers. Oh, not just, okay, did a day, no, next one, then the next one, no. Several years, 5, 6 years, I worked for one for myself. I worked for him for 12 years. But there's a saying, always a hired man, never a farmer. And that's true in a lot of cases. It's hard to get something going so you'll have enough money to have your own farm. Now, for instance, when I was very, very young, in my early 20s, after I moved off my dad's farm, I went to college, but when I got out, I was going home and have my own farm. No, it don't happen that way. I went to work for a farmer, and he had this old rickety shack. That was where I stayed. That's where I slept. I had to wear I didn't have decent clothes to wear. I wore cheap and tasteless clothes, not nice ones like this. No, anything that he was done wearing, that's what I got. I couldn't have a vehicle. That was one of the rules. I just stayed on the farm. Anything I got had to go through him, and it got so cold in the winter, I actually went out of my little shack and went up and slept in the barn with the cows. And one day, I don't know how this farmer got wind of me. It could have been one of the feed salesmen that came around, and he says, "I know this guy on the road." I says, "I can't talk with him, you know that." You talk without moving your lips. And one day this guy stopped in and he says, "Let me talk to your guy here. Would you like to come to work for me?" he said. I says, "Please. I used to be a human being." Anyway, I went to work for him. A step up. At least I had my own apartment. He furnished an apartment for me to live in, and hey, that's pretty cool. Didn't get to spend much time there. I was out on the farm, but at least I had a little bit of freedom. But you worked like that, Dickens, I tell you. But he actually taught me some stuff. He says, "Veterinarians come today, work with him, give him what he needs, help him out." And the veterinary taught me a lot of stuff about herd health. And then again, when I like that, I stayed with him for like 6, 8 years, something like that. And then by the time I was about 50, I started working with this gentleman farmer. He's a nice guy. He says, "You can live in the house with me, or you can have your own place, anything you want." He says, "Here's the keys for everything right up here. They're all labeled, and that's the one who I got the farm from. This farm." And I eventually took a land contract with him. That I'd be working for him and pay off as much as I could and that. And lo and behold, when he passed away, love him, God bless him. Anything I didn't have paid off, he left to me, with the stipulation that I still have it in 10 years. It would still be mine. Didn't have to make any payments, but the farm had to have be maintained, kept up, looking pretty and nice. Well, it does, and after 10 years, lawyer called me up and says, farm is yours. But it took a lot of work. Took a lot of... Okay, I'll say it. Had to kiss a lot of farmers' asses along the way. But, no, getting a farm of your own today isn't all that easy. You gotta either be born rich, and if you are, why would you want to farm anyway? Well, I would, because it's in my blood. I get cut and it smells like silage. No, just like I said, I was looking through some of the comments and some of my older videos, and quite often come up to ask me, how do I get to be a farmer? Well, I can understand how you probably would want to be like me, but boy, it takes a lot of work. It's not easy, and it's certainly not free. And after you get there, you got your disappointments. Now, I'm trying to talk you out of it, but if you got it in you, you're not going to get one right away. I know some older farmers. They've passed away now. They didn't have their own farm till they were in their 50s or so, because you just couldn't do it. Even at that time, when farms were $3,000. Now they're $300,000. Anyway, this is getting too long, and that's my video for today. And thank you for watching the Ronnie Boy Show.